I am Gerald J. Dye, eldest son of Myron John Dye and Lucy Jane Jensen Dye. And this bit of history is taken from my book, Notes from the Diaries of My Memory, Volume 1. Although the Great Depression had begun in 1929 and was to continue into the early 1940s, I was somewhat insulated during the early years because of my tender age. The years 1935-36 brought a new awareness of the survival conditions under which we and many others were living. Farmers and businessmen had little cash to hire workers, so the unemployment rate was high. Workers at the time became desperate, and our family was not immune. During one period of unemployment, the situation became so desperate that Dad had to accept a government handout in the form of groceries and staples. I have always felt this was a major humiliation for a man who always did the work of two men on any job he ever had. A short time later, the government began providing public works projects called the WPA, which allowed the unemployed to work for a small wage and foodstuffs. Dad worked on one of these crews for a month or so, and I believe he was able to somewhat assuage his conscience concerning having to accept welfare. One incident has stuck in my mind for over 60 years. I'm not sure how meaningful it was to me at the time, but it has loomed very large all my adult life. On one bitter cold day, Dad's crew was working not too far from our home, clearing millions of willows from the banks of the old Blackfoot Canal. I was walking home from school on the old canal bank trail. Our shortcut took me very near where the WPA crew was working. As I approached, I could see a large group of men warming themselves around a huge pile of burning willows. There was lots of laughter and bantering going on, but my dad wasn't among them. On down the trail, a short distance away, a lone man was swinging a double-bladed axe, felling willows in every direction. There was my dad, face covered with sweat, and his sweat-soaked shirt steaming in the bitter cold. Memory hasn't recorded what, if anything, was said between us. However, that scene was seared into the heart of a boy, and it would later distill into the conviction that dignity comes at the price of much effort, hard work, and sweat.